This is Peace News Now. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2013. Silver is trading at $23 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $154 per Bitcoin. A somber 420 celebration followed the founder's incarceration at New Hampshire's Capitol this year. Garrett Ian writes for Freekeen.com. A crowd of about 100 people gathered to celebrate the 420 holiday at 4:20 p.m. in front of the State House in Concord. This year's event was hosted by the NH Teapot Party, covering for the usual organizing of the 420 Foundation. Rich Paul, founder of the 420 Foundation and outspoken opponent of the war on drugs, was convicted on Thursday afternoon by a jury on multiple accounts of cannabis distribution. He remains detained while awaiting sentencing, and today marked the first annual celebration without Rich since the rallies began in 2010. While Rich was blasting his ideas through a bullhorn last year, the New Hampshire Drug Task Force, as well as the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, were conducting an investigation into Rich's not-so-discreet sale of cannabis. Multiple purchases totaling 81 years of prison time were made through a confidential informant who himself had been busted for heroin distribution. Despite the questionable ethics and honesty of the DTF, FBI, and the confidential informant, the jury did not find Rich's victimless crime worthy of nullification. Unlike many involved in the drug trade who profit from actions that they hide from public scrutiny, Rich's openness made him an easy target, though he was incorrectly profiled as an easy mark. When told that his charges would go away if he would incriminate others for the FBI and DTF, Rich courageously stood on principle and said no. In a way, Rich is going to jail in place of the unknown others whom he chose not to involuntarily substitute for his position. About 45 minutes before the revered hour, crowds began forming. Some chalked the courtyard as others bagged litter on the grounds. Frisbees and footballs were thrown freely, and young people chatted about expanded horizons in Colorado and Washington. There was not a police car nor bureaucrat in sight. When the time came, the usual pronouncement was delivered by Wendy, Rich's girlfriend. "We smoke these in remembrance of lost liberty, in a hope for a day when the people do not fear the government, because the government fears the people. Smoke 'em if you got 'em." Photos from the event are beginning to appear online. Check Freeman TV Raw for continually uploading video from the scene. In addition to the loss of Rich's freedom in the lengthy trial which commenced this week, nearby Massachusetts was shocked by the bombing of the Boston Marathon and subsequent manhunt, which ended with the live capture on the 20th anniversary of the Waco massacre. With an end to the terror and images of militarized police south of the border, Saturday's peaceful celebration was much needed. Are you tired of the US government killing people around the world? Are you tired of having to pay for their murderous rampage? Are you tired of feeling helpless to do anything about it? Well, now there's something you can do. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is money that is impossible for the government to control. Bitcoin is impossible to be counterfeited or inflated. Bitcoin is simply a peer-to-peer protocol, so it is impossible for anyone to shut it down, block it, or control it in any way. If you want to see an end to the government inflating the dollar to pay for murder, then you need to start using Bitcoin today. To learn how, visit WeUseCoins.com. ABC News 4 reported that a knife-wielding man began stabbing people at random on Thursday evening at the downtown Salt Lake City's Smith store when he was stopped by a man with a gun. The attacker allegedly purchased a knife inside the store and then began using it on other customers. Smith's employee Dorothy Espinoza says, quote, "He pulled it out and stood outside the Smiths in the foyer, and then just started stabbing people, yelling, 'You killed my people! You killed my people!'" Espinoza says the knife-wielding man seriously injured two people, gushing blood everywhere. One was stabbed in the stomach and the other in his head, hands, and arms. Then, before the suspect could find another victim, a citizen with a gun stopped the madness. Espinoza said, quote, "A guy pulled a gun on him and told him to drop the knife or he would shoot him. So he dropped it, and the people from Smith's grabbed him. By the time police arrived, the attacker had already been disarmed and captured by employees and shoppers. Police had high praise for the gun-carrying man who ended the hysteria. Lieutenant Brian Purvis said, quote, "This was a volatile situation that could have gotten worse. We can only assume from what we saw, it would have gotten worse. He was definitely in the right place at the right time. Dozens of other shoppers, who too could have become victims, are also thankful for the gun-carrying man." This has been Peace News Now, your daily update on the peaceful evolution. For links and videos, subscribe to Peace News Now at youtube.com/peacenewsnow. For peacenewsnow.com, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.